So, what does it mean to live inside a human program? Which means, what does it mean to live inside the brain? What does it mean for us to exist as experience of life inside a human brain, inside the human program? Well, first of all, it means that we can be able to recognize that we actually are experience. I mean, we are experience. The thing that we are is experience. And furthermore, we are the experience of experience. That's what I am. That's who I am. I am the experience of experience. To be more precise, I will say, I am the experience of my own experience of experience itself. That's who I am. And this is so well done. This is so well put that I'm going to say it again. I am the experience of my own experience of experience itself. That is the deepest self in the human being. I think this is really true, and this is also why we are an organism or a machine that downloads information to the amygdala. I mean, that's what basically the human brain is. We are a hypnosis machine in a way. I mean, we are a brain that downloads certain information to the amygdala brain, to the amygdala part of the brain. The reason why children, the reason why babies are so safe and secure in this world is because they know that they are experience. They don't question it. They know something, well, this is silly to say so, but let's give me some slack. They know that they are the experience of themselves and of the world. They don't doubt that they are the experience itself. They are the experience of experience. And that's why they have full safety. They have full comfort. Even when they cry or angry, I mean, they don't suffer panic attacks. Baby don't have a panic attack because they know who they are. They know what they are, which means that they know that they are not a who, but they are a what. They are precisely the reception of experience. They are the experience of themselves as experience. That's why babies feel safe, because they don't doubt that. But we doubt that when we grow up, because we become conditioned during childhood. First we get traumatized, of course, some traumatized to death nearly. And then we get conditioned by society, by education, by all of these things that just leads us astray from true nature, from who we are. So we download a lot of information that is practically 80% completely useless. We can't use it for anything, and it has nothing to do with knowledge. It's just simply silly propaganda made of the cultural machines that we adhere to. I mean, if you're born in Norway, then you will download the nonsense that is produced by the Norwegian cultural engine. You know, it's a very small engine. It's practically nothing in there, so it's not too bad. But every culture has their own system, of course. I mean, social codes, norms, all of this, which of course, that's what the world is. The world is an arena for social codes. The world is an arena for social games. The world is an arena for different language games, which means the world is an arena for different cultures, because culture is just a language game. So depending on which social machine or which cultural machine you belong to, you will download a certain amount of specific information. And the big mistake about our world society is that we call this information for knowledge, because it's not knowledge. It's just information. It's just language games made up usually of silly people, because in real life the world is controlled by silly people. I mean, we are controlled by people who don't have our best interest at heart. You know, they don't want enlightenment, they don't want freedom, they don't want comfort, they don't want a true society based on truth and enlightened principles, you know, because the world is a supermarket, so they want to keep it as a supermarket, you know. And every country are controlled by the hand who controls the supermarket. And so if you want to stay in a country, you have to respect the hand that controls the supermarket, because that's the language game of that particular culture. But if we go back to the human being inside the brain, to the experience inside the human brain, let's say that the human being is experience. I mean, let's say that what we are is experience. We are the naked, raw, naked, authentic, original, naked, clean, pure experience itself of experience. We are the blackboard in the classroom, so to speak. We are the disk that we download certain information to. We are the experience itself. We are the reception of experience. We are the mirror in which the world is presented to. I mean, the world is presented to the mirror that we are. Or we receive the world and our experiences because we are perception, because we are experience, because we are the experience of perception, and because we are the perception of experience. Or maybe it's better to say we are the experience of perception, yes. But what does that mean? That means we are experience of experience, because perception means experience. I mean, perception delivers to us the experience that we download to our brain system. So what does it mean to live inside the human program? It means that we are something that we don't completely know what is, but my claim to this this reflection, or to this dialogue, is to say that we are experience. We are experience itself. And apart from that, we are just a whole nation inside our own brain of different information. We are a nation of information. Every brain is a nation of information. Well, that's well done. That's well put. Every brain is a nation of information. And that's what we are. But beneath all of that, we are the true self. The true self is perhaps the experience itself. In the spiritual world, the true self is the soul in the heart, but the soul in the heart is, of course, just an experience recorded by the brain. It's produced by the brain and recorded by the brain. So, I mean, there's a lot of spiritual teachers in the world who would get a heart attack if they learned that they were the experience of their own brain, because they are damn sure that no, they're living in God, or in vanilla ice cream, or in French fries, or in the divine Atman that has nothing to do with the brain itself. It's just a complete singular entity that is completely divine, and it's made by pure divine light and eternal love from a source that we don't know where it comes from. It's just da-ba-dee-da-ba-da. And of course, that's fine. I mean, it's a beautiful concept, it's a beautiful story, and it's very valuable because we can understand it, and I can I can organize my mental and spiritual life according to it, and it will do me a lot of good because I will get out of confusion, right? But the truth is that most likely we experience our own brain. I mean, God is a product of our own experience, of our own brain in a way. I mean, God is produced by perception. So, yeah, well, I'm just rambling on here. Why don't someone tell me, hey, take a rest, read the newspaper, update yourself, go have a coffee, or whatever? Well. No, because it's funny, you know? I mean, and we have to have an open mind. We have to simply admit that we don't know exactly if we live in a soup of chaos or if we are an institution inside ourselves that is very safe and wonderful to come back to as what we can identify with and be. And I think that the best bet in that pursuit is to see that we are experience. We are experience of experience. Because if we say that, then we can never go wrong, because that's what we are, ultimately. I can say that no, I mean, I am the soul of man, but I am the experience of the soul of man. I mean, I can perceive my own experience of what I call the soul of man, right? Which means that I am the experience of experience. So to say that I'm the soul of man or the child of God or divine light is a secondary statement, because the primary statement is to say that I'm experience of experience. I'm experience of what I experience to be divine light or divine love or French fries or vanilla ice cream, you know. So we are living in language games that we constantly produce. And I find it very funny to indulge in the gymnastics of intellectual. I wouldn't say that this is discourse, because my work is to try to break free from discourse. My approach is to put a needle in the balloon of discourse and just simply try to get out of it and talk from essence, talk from truth, talk from experience, and to not have not one single milligram of academic discourse in it, because I have no faith whatsoever in academic discourse anymore. And I think that we need to come back to essence, to see ourselves as we are, and to try to reduce the lies that makes life difficult and uncomfortable for us, both internally, individually, but also internationally. Because internationally, I mean, the world is an arena for language games in conflict, right? We live in perpetual conflict because people identify with the language games. People identify with the things that they believe in, instead of seeing that, oh, well, I'm just an experience of the experience of what I seem to believe in. You know, I'm attaching to a postcard. I'm attaching to a language game. I'm not in my essence. I don't see that my essence is enough. I try to put myself inside a container of language so that I can communicate myself and send myself adrift into the world and get the Nobel Prize, or a lover in New York, or a friend in Seattle, you know? So, well, anyway, this was just a random talk about how we experience our own brain. I think this is funny to talk like this. So it is like an art project as well. I mean, that's my excuse. I can call this talk an art project, you know, it's a conceptual art project. No, of course it's not that. It's serious, philosophical, or phenomenological investigation. I love to talk about introspection as an investigation, and to be able to do that in a certain kind of freedom. All right, thank you. Bye bye.